Hello everybody and welcome to the Deacon Offseason. Today is Offseason 2019 and all we're gonna do is focus on college football. Offseason 2019 is here and we already went through the bowl games, we already went through all the good stuff. And now it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. The Deacons finished the season 8-5. They destroyed the Ole Miss Rebels 42-14, and they've won their second consecutive bowl game. But now it's to players leaving, coach changes, transfer requests, recruiting, signing day, position changes, training results, saying goodbye to players that aren't good enough, and then preseason. So let's get this started. We're going to start with coach changes. And we're only going to focus on the ACC because why would we focus anywhere else? Boston College gets a new head coach and offensive coordinator. Duke gets a new head coach and defensive coordinator. Boston College gets a new head coach and offensive coordinator. Duke, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Miami, North Carolina, Syracuse, Virginia, and Wake Forest all keep their own coaches. For Wake Forest, we keep David Riley. That defense, we need him. We know what we are doing with him and what he is doing with his defense. And you can see our record. Well, really, his record. He's won 2 straight bowl games with his defense. The last bowl game they were even mentioned in 2006 to 2008 ACC championship, and then just 2 bowl games, 9-4 and 8-5. Ever since then, it's been a roller coaster. We came in 2013. We went 5-7, 6-7. Went to a bowl game, lost 4-8, 6-7, 8-5. Both bowl games lost. 9-4, our best season since 06, and we won the Music City Bowl. 8-5, BBVA Compass Bowl. We win 8-5. So up and down roller coaster. So coach changes. We're keeping our defensive coordinator. Players leaving Wake Forest. Graduation, pro draft. Guess what? We have a lot of guys that we need to worry about in the offseason. How about Anthony Johnson, the wide receiver that you might know his name by now, declared for the NFL draft, projected round 7. I don't think he should go that deep. I think he should go 2nd, 3rd round at the worst. Wayne Haynes, projected 1st round. Yeah, he should. Pro draft. Joey Johnson. All these guys are graduation. Isaiah Smith, A.J. Flowers, Roderick Elliott. We lose our starter and backup. That's huge. Alex Pollock, lose our fullback. Eric Byers, lose the best cornerback. Jonathan Franklin, Kevin Fontenot, Andrew Scott, Jeff Justice, Chris Bird, Kyle Chandler, Matt Burns. Our whole receiving core is gone. Anthony Johnson, the punters, Chad Wilson, Adam King, our punter and kicker, Lawrence Pierce, Evan Russell. All these guys are gone. It seems like the only one left is Richie Miles. And I think he's a senior coming up this year, so it's going to be very difficult. But now transfer requests. Will anyone come to the Deacons? Well, you would like to hope so after the kind of year we've been having. Let's check out the draft results first. Draft results, Wayne Haynes goes 1st round, 96 overall. Congratulations to him. Anthony Johnson, he does get drafted. He is a possession kind of guy though. That might affect his stock. Also being 5'10" and only a junior. Maybe a little early for him. He goes 7th round. But they both get drafted to the NFL. Congratulations to them. Transfer request, and yeah, we actually have 2 guys come into Wake Forest. Rob Bell, a freshman D-tackle run stopper from West Augusta, Georgia. 6'1", 283 from Georgia Tech. 65 overall. I'm not going to get mad at that. Right now he's redshirt. Alfred Fontenot. We lose one Fontenot, we get another one. Lynchburg, Virginia, another run-stopping D-tackle freshman, 6'4", 265. So both of these guys, I like what I see here. The strength for Rob Bell, 83, that pops out. Block shedding, 74. Finesse, power moves is 73, 70. Hit power, pursuit, it's all good for a freshman. If we look at Alfred Fontenot, 78 strength. 61 overall, not bad again for a freshman. 70 power moves, 70 block shed, 69 finesse, 68 tackle, could be a little better. 79 injury, 67 stamina. He's coming from Kansas State. So one ACC, and then Kansas State, who I'm going to be honest, I already forget. I think the Big Ten. So let's advance to the next stage. Let's go to recruiting. You know, we already do our recruiting all year long before the bowl game, during the regular season. So this time, it's really just been points on you guys you're battle with. So with that said, we actually get 2 transfer requests. I believe that is the most we've had in a 3-4 year span. So now team news. This is big because we've lost both our halfbacks, a fullback, a cornerback, and a safety, and a couple wide receivers. So all these guys we're in a battle with, maybe up until Andrew Evans, Jeremy Jones, and Josh Daniel, we need bad. So Terrell Harris, Chris McGrew, Greg Utley, we're gonna battle with him. With that said, we have to see where we are on their board. So let's go to recruiting. Let's go to recruiting board. We have 10,000 points. And here we go. We're going to go to ready for visit. We're going to go and do all this fun stuff that you do in recruiting. And yeah, basically, these guys are ready for a visit, but we can't do anything with them. So we're not going to put all 10,000 on these guys. Probably 1,000 on each one, just because even though Terrell Harris, he's a 4-star halfback at 70 overall, we need him. We really need guys like this. Greg Utley, 73 overall, Chris McGrew, 71. These 3 guys right here are our biggest needs. And then Jeremy Jones at 62 overall. Because he's a fullback. So, you know, all these 4 stars and 3 stars and all these guys getting recognition, we need them. It would help Wake Forest recruiting. It would help the state of North Carolina. It would help so many things. So we're not going to put 1,000 in this guy. We're actually going to put 2,000 in Chris McGrew because we are behind Duke in a battle right now. So yeah, Keon Simmons will probably put 1,000 just because. Put 1,000 into these guys right now, just so we can not necessarily lock them up, but get more of an edge on what we already have, or guys like Andrew Evans try and make that leap to say, hey, we want you on this team, knowing very well they might get cut, they might not. We have no idea what we're going to do in the off-season. So right now, we've allocated about 6,000, 7,000 points, and we're going to be very close to the 10,000 mark just off ready for visit. Now, team needs are a very different aspect of recruiting than ready for visits. So we'll have to look at how many points we have left, and that number is 9,000. So in battle, yeah, we've done all our in battles. So we're good there. Maybe just throw around a couple points that we really, really want. We're going to put 500 more into Terrell Harris, and then the remaining 500 into Greg Utley, just because 4-star speed, 4-star power, Chris McGrew's a 4-star balance. We want these guys to come to Wake Forest, and yeah, basically that's it. So We have 34 current targets out of our 35. We're going to advance to the next stage, and we're going to see who's going to sign with the Demon Deacons in 2019 going forward to 2020. It's been a long road. It's been 2013 and on. We haven't looked back, and I don't think we're going to plan to look back. But this is definitely going to be a fun offseason for more than one reason. A, we lost numerous uncountable people. B, we're looking forward with Richie Miles, even though I believe, again, he's going to be a senior. And unfortunately, we don't get any of the top three. Greg Utley goes to NC State, Chris McGrew gets to Duke, Terrell Harris goes to Kentucky. We were leading handedly on Terrell Harris, but again, location can matter. Unfortunately, we don't get anyone. We do get 1 3-star prospect. We get 4, obviously 2 and 1-star prospects. So signing day, this one hurts because we really needed the top guys there. So let's go ahead and let's see who Wake Forest got. We got Keon Simmons, Jeremy Jones. We got the fullback, Connor McBride, Shannon Parsons, Brian Mitchell, 70 overall middle linebacker. He's good at coverage. That's very good for a 3-star. Shelton Lewis, E.J. Dodd, John Wright, Danny Robertson, Gary Rogers, Robert Ferwerda, Joe Carr, a kicker, Ted Thompson, a punter. Those 2 positions are good. David Mack, Nick Turner, Maurice Brown, Oscar Barnett, Corey Powers, Marcus Tucker, Corey Jacobs, and Champ Haas. A lot of guys signed. A lot of guys that we wanted did not sign with us. So that's just the way recruiting goes sometimes. So we'll advance to the next stage, and now it's position changes. We rarely ever do this for the sole reason of, if you're going to play there, we want you to learn the position. However, new schemes and all that good stuff, like in the NFL, they can adjust. So we still have Ryan Caldwell. We have Richie Miles. We have Travis Jones. You'll hear his name a lot this year. Wide receivers, we have Isaac Charles. Guess what? We only have 2 seniors on this class. Caldwell and Miles, and they're probably going to be looked at a lot. Our top halfback, he's going to need some work. He's definitely going to need some work because it's Michael Parks, 72 overall, and he's a junior. So, looking at it, Michael Parks, Jason Brooks, E.J. Dodd are probably going to be your top 3. Wide receivers, Caldwell, Travis Jones, Isaac Charles, Jason Bean. Jones, he was on kick return last year. Very rarely played, but now he's going to make his mark as a actual receiver. So we're not going to change anyone's position changes. We'll move on to training results. This is also very big because some guys that are 72 overall might jump to a 75 overall. So let's go ahead and take a look at training results. Ryan Caldwell gets a +3. Clay Holt a +6. Richie Miles a +4. Let's take a look at halfbacks and receivers. Jason Brooks gets a +5. He's 79 overall. Michael Parks, the junior, +6. He's a 78 overall. I like Jason Brooks. He's probably going to be our star back from Parker, South Carolina. He's also a redshirted sophomore. Wide receivers, Caldwell, 91. Travis Jones, an 84 now. Isaac Charles, 82. Jason Bean, a 79. Sophomore, junior, senior. This is maybe 3 seniors in the class. This is going to be a very interesting year for the Demon Deacons. Will we get 8 wins? I don't know. It all comes down to the schedule. You know we don't mess with that at all. So now it's time to cut players. How many players do we need to cut, if any? We need to cut 5. So let's go through this. Quarterbacks, we don't need 5 quarterbacks. Corey Powers, he's a bust anyway. Sorry, Corey, you're going away. Jacobs, how about the Corey brothers? They're going to go away too. So there's 2 of 5 done right there. We don't need 5 running backs. Dusty Everett from Toccoa, Georgia. We don't need him. There's 3. We'll keep 4 running backs, just why not? Wide receivers, we have 7. We can go with 6. Dan Medley, you're not going to make the cut. He is a 3-star, though. However, I don't like pure possession guys, and I'm not going to cut every single one of them. Tight ends, we have 3. We're fine there. Left tackle, we'll cut Oscar Barnett. He was one of the guys we signed, and these guys know. These guys know they're probably going to get cut. That's the chance you take. Left guard, we don't need 5 left guards. Victor Brown will cut anyway, and that's all the cuts we're doing. We're only going to do the bare minimum. So we're going to advance to next stage, and now we're going to go to custom conferences. We do not mess with the conferences. We do not mess with them at all. Why? I want realism. I want it to be as real as it can be. While we're missing maybe 1 or 2 teams, and 1 or 2 teams aren't there or are not in the program, we're going to get as close as we can without going over the top. So we changed all the custom conferences last year. We put teams where they should be. We moved Louisville to the ACC, moved Maryland to the Big Ten. We moved a lot of teams. Some names more than others. Now you have the ability to reset your coach's skill tree. We had the ability last year. We're not going to worry about it. We don't want to lose all this progress. So in case you missed it, here are the conferences. We'll go through it together. Florida State, Louisville. We're only going to name the new ones. American. You have Navy. You have we're gonna look at them because it's very hard to see what teams went where. Maryland, Big Ten, Louisville, ACC. Those are the 2 big ones. Obviously, UAB and the Conference USA. They have their football program back. I like it. I like UAB football. While they're not the greatest, obviously, you know, they can do what they want. UMass in the Independence. MAC has Western Michigan, probably going to win that. At least they should. Mountain West, a lot of teams can win this. Boise State, obviously, a favorite there. Pac-12. I think we left this one alone, it looks like. Maybe Colorado, if any. SEC, obviously, a Power 5 conference. And then the Sun Belt. You have teams that are, well, going to get noticed. I think Idaho moved to the Sun Belt last year. So we're not going to change anything. We're just not going to change anything. BCS Bowl tie-ins. ACC champion goes to the Orange Bowl. Big Ten champion to the Rose Bowl. Big 12 to the Fiesta. American champion to any bowl. Pac-12 to the Rose Bowl. SEC to the Sugar Bowl. And then 2 open slots at large. Conference rules. There are protected rivalries. There are night games in November. Weekday games. Let's do Friday only. Let's move it up to Friday. We've been running with this kind of rule set from the beginning. Star conference games. Let's do week 1. Why not? Keep it where it is. Location for championship game, ACC championship, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. Division names and all this good stuff, they're good. It's just going through each division. So we're not going to worry about it. And that's only for the ACC. So we're going to move teams, or not move teams, move games from one day to another. That's all well and good. So we're going to advance to the next stage. And now it's preseason. We get to look at our schedule. We get to really do a lot of looking into next year. We'll look at the schedule though. First things first, we'll see who the Demon Deacons are playing. And, we don't change the schedule. So whatever lies at, hey, give us more of a challenge. I think Wake Forest can take it. There were definitely some games this season that we absolutely blew up. We could have finished with 10 wins. So here we go. Redshirt players. We're not going to redshirt anyone. But maybe Ryan Caldwell, but we need him. We do need Ryan Caldwell a lot. A lot of guys are already redshirted, like Richie Miles, Clay Holt, Corey Johnson, Travis Jones. So the guys we probably were going to redshirt, they're already redshirted. So, let's look at the depth chart for the 2020 Demon Deacon squad. Richie Miles, Johnny Andrews at quarterback. Jason Brooks, Michael Parks at halfback. Jeremy Jones at fullback. Ryan Caldwell, Travis Jones, Isaac Charles, Jason Bean, your main receivers. Gary Rogers, J.D. Horton, your backups. Tight ends, J.D. Horton, Wesley Lucas. Left tackles, Maurice Brown. Left guard, Clay Holt. Center, J.R. Williams. Right guard, Corey Johnson. Right tackle, Will Williams. Left end, Brandon Thomas. Right end, Brian Mills. D tackles, Eric Long, Ralph Smith. Left outside linebacker, Mark Cook. Middle linebacker, Trevor Williams. Cole Griffith. Right outside linebacker, Ricky Coles. Cornerbacks, Brandon Black, Todd Mullins, Ivan Brown. Mullins is going to be a key guy in the secondary this year. So is Aaron Neely at free safety. Keon Simmons at strong safety. Joe Carr is our new kicker. And Ted Thompson is our new punter. Kickoff return is going to be Ivan Brown and Ryan Caldwell. Our punt return is going to be the same too. Our kickoff specialist is going to be Joe Carr. And our long snapper will be Clay Holt, the left guard. So that is the 2020 Demon Deacon roster. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the schedule for the Demon Deacons. It's a B+ this year. We have Tulane week 1, Georgia Tech week 2 at home, Virginia Tech, Florida State, Kansas State, Duke, Florida. First time we're ever meeting with them. That should be a fun game. Boston College, Clemson, Syracuse, Louisville. Our bye week is week 13. And NC State is our final week. So we have a bye week at week 13 and a bye week at week 1. Generally, we would have weeks 1 and 2 or 2 of them before the first 8 weeks are over. So this is going to be a very grueling season. I think our boys can handle it. So, let's get into it. Tulane, that's a win. Georgia Tech, I'm going to say a loss. Virginia Tech can be a win. There's 2-1. Florida State can be a win. That's 3-1. K-State, I'm not sure. It's the first time playing the Wildcats. And it's at Kansas State. Let's go ahead and give us benefit of the doubt. Let's go ahead with a win. So that's 4-1. Duke, they always play as tough. Somehow they get the edge. Let's go 4-2. Florida, let's say a loss, 4-3. Boston College, 5-3. Clemson, 5-4. Syracuse, 6-4. Louisville, 6-5. And then NC State can be a win. That's 7-5. So we're looking at a 7-5 schedule, coming off an 8-4 year. So let's go ahead. Let's start the season. Let's advance to the regular season. And let's get 2020 underway. It should be a lot of fun this year. A very interesting schedule. Again, it's demanding. It's grueling. Week 1 is our first bye week. And then not until, week 13 is our second bye week. So we have a long stretch. A course over 3 months. Just about without a break. I mean, that's college football, though. That is college football. You gotta play with the hand you're dealt, and it's gonna be a very interesting year for this Demon Deacon squad. So it's gonna rely on Richie Miles and Ryan Caldwell initially, get our running backs into the scene. Maybe not against Tulane, but then again, who knows? We had a very close game week 1 in the past 2 and 3 years combined, where it's a team you should beat. I remember one team, Northern Illinois. Who are they? Well, we had to kick a game-winning field goal against them, and we were heavily favored. So you just never know with this squad you're getting. We get 1 preseason All-American, 3 preseason All-Conference, 1 bust, 2 gems. We'll take all the XP we can get, but next time out, we'll do our recruiting. We'll do all that good stuff. We'll look at the top 25. And one thing we will do right now is upgrade our skill tree. So let's go to our coach skill tree. And we have 1 upgrade available. And we're going to spend it on recruiting because we need to have good recruits. And we're going to spend it on the closer, and we are going to fully upgrade that. We have an edge on our competition towards the end of the season for recruiting. Increases our recruiting points by 1,500 through weeks 8 to 15, and that can be very important in many aspects. So with that said, our defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, they're still rocking level 9 and level 12. We haven't changed the coach since I've been here. We're level 25 as a head coach, 14 of it going to game management, 11 going to recruiting. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week when we take a look at the 2020 season and all that it has.